Welcome everybody back to the Off the Rails podcast with Tone and Jems. I'm Tone, that's Jems. Why does it point the wrong way this way? That's Jems over there.
Yeah, I'm definitely pointing the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's like E.T.
But I know we said we were going to be weekly. It's been a couple weeks, but we have good reason for that. One, been super busy. Two, I broke my phone. I am on like a 5-year-old phone that my daughter used that while my phone's getting fixed. 3, I've been busy setting up a bunch of stuff for going to the Super Bowl, and that was just my excuses. And then Jems had a sick kid, a sick wife. No,
I had a sick kid. I went to Indy for a baseball clinic.
Yes.
What else have I done?
You've been coaching baseball.
Yes. That's not even full swing yet. So when I get full swing, we'll make it work still.
Yeah, 1000%.
So let's dive into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's dive into Super Bowl.
Are you going to wear that jersey there?
No, I don't think I'm going to take it with me. I might, though. It's pretty clean. Shout out to my boy Les, by the way. Listened to our episode and said it was a very great episode, so we got a new listener. Shout out, Les, if you're listening. Thanks for this sweet Barry Sanders jersey that I'm currently wearing, which is awesome. So,
who is Les? So
Les is Haley's dad, and Haley plays on our AAU team, but she also plays with my daughters at the high school. So she plays on Lorelei's team, and she's played a bunch with Kobe Lynn and Lorelei basketball. So
he got you that jersey? So
he's from Michigan as well. He's a Michigan fan.
Okay.
So boo that, but I mean, whatever. You got to live with some things,
right?
And but he's a all around Michigan fan of sports. So like when my brother first got here, we went to go see the Pistons play. So Les and his son, and then my brother and me went to go see the Pistons play at the Nuggets in October, which was cool. And yeah, so he said he had like 2 of these and was trying to clear out some space, and he just brought it over one day. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's like full blown like Mitchell and Ness.
Ooh,
like super nice throwback. So
he's probably our best listener then.
Yeah, I'm getting gifts. No, Les is super cool. We love Les. We love their family. Les's wife watched my son for a little bit too, for babysitting stuff. Like, so they're like family. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, nice.
He actually only lives like 2 or 3 blocks from here.
In the same like neighborhood? Sort
of. Do you know that road? So for past listeners who haven't, me and Jems came to visit last year. We were just talking about how it's been about a year as of this time.
Yep.
That Jems came out. But that road. So like if you're walk out my front door this way, right? So that road that goes behind my house.
Okay.
So if you go all the way to that, it like T is like 7 houses down, and you go the other way, not towards my neighborhood, but the other way, you drive for like a minute and a half, and you're like basically at his house. So
okay, is that like looking towards the mountains? Like if we're on your back porch and you look?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that road that's behind my house there. Yeah. So if you look out, basically there's a field, and then there's like a neighborhood. Basically, is on the other side of that neighborhood.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Not too bad. It's literally the next light up you turn. So if you're on the main road, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty having them close. And the cool thing is they actually used to live by us too. So in our old neighborhood in town, Haley and Kobe Lynn, they went to school together. They actually played like 3rd grade basketball together.
Oh, okay.
At their elementary school and stuff. So we've known them for like ever. So
nice.
It's pretty cool.
So do you know any of the events and stuff, or what you're doing at Super Bowl week?
I do. I know the main ones
that you can talk about. I don't know.
Yeah, because we talked about it today on the podcast. So for anybody who is listening to this is being recorded on a Thursday. You're hearing it on a Tuesday. But so we talked about it today on the podcast, or they talked about it today on the podcast. So we will be in Thursday and Friday. We will be on the FanDuel set. So for anybody watching Pat's show, we'll be on that same set. But Thursday,
Or
Friday.
Pat's show like you guys normally are, or is
No,
it
no, no.
different?
So we will be Thursday, Friday, 5 to 6 Eastern. So we'll be a little later in the day. But
Is that going to be on FanDuel TV Plus or whatever they have?
no, I think we're just streaming it like we normally do. I'm sure FanDuel will probably use some footage in something. I'm sure, maybe, but yeah, it's streaming straight to our thing like we normally will. I've been in contact with Zito to kind of because they kind of know the configurations of the booth. It's kind of, I don't know if the booth was built for them per se, but like it's got a lot of their specifications. So they're the flagship show on the FanDuel set, so it makes sense. So I'm gonna try to get out there a little early. I'll be flying out there, I think Wednesday. So I'll miss their show Wednesday, but I think Thursday earlier in the day when they record, I might try to like hop on to like in early and see if I can't just like watch them work to kind of get like a feel of how it works, how everything works. So
do you know what your role will be while you were there, or is FanDuel kind of handling all the
same thing basically? Like I'm producing them and I'm editing and all that jazz. So it's kind of like we're running the show just from there basically. But they have, I think like it's 4 mics, 6 cameras maybe. It's so I'll just be running it the way we're running this podcast very much right now, just live, and controlling it with like the guests that are coming on and stuff like that. So
do you have scheduled guests, or are you guys just gonna hope when people walk by you yell, "Hey, Barry Sanders, come up here"?
We do have we have one confirmed guest as of now. We haven't said it out loud, and I don't know when we're announcing it, so I'll tell you afterwards. But we have a couple other ones too, which I'll tell you that we're in the works of trying to get. But it's exciting. I mean, it's exciting to see. We're gonna have some NFL players.
That would make sense.
We're gonna have some ex-NFL players. So
that's good. It's gonna be an awesome experience.
So yeah, so it'll be fun. And then I think we're doing. You remember last year, Pat did the FanDuel Spectacular, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yes,
FanDuel Extravaganza.
I forget. I'm pretty sure
you could bet on it, right? And it had like people. So we
if I remember right, the app was jacked up and you could barely do it though.
Correct. The app did mess up last year. And Darius was hosting that with Pat and the guys. I don't think Pat is hosting it this year, but I think Darius might have some involvement with it. And so I believe we are going to that either Friday or Saturday night to just be guests, basically. Like, which is cool. And other than that,
credentials for all, do you get like credentials and stuff for all this, or
yeah, I had to fill out like a background check thing through the FBI and stuff. So, yeah, it was wild. It was a wild situation.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little strange, like, but very, very neat. Excited just to be there and be around like the atmosphere and stuff. So it helps that it's like kind of close to home. I mean, honestly, it's like I think a 2-hour flight or something. Not even that, maybe.
Not bad at all.
I don't even know how long a flight is, but it's drivable. Like I could have drove it probably in a day if I had an extra day on each end. So, and then I'm coming back. I think I'm coming back Sunday. So I'm coming back, but I'll be home before the Super Bowl starts. So I'll be able to watch Super Bowl from the house.
Nice. How far is Vegas from you?
Driving or what?
Either way. That's where next year's Super Bowl is.
I think flying is like 45 minutes.
I didn't think it would be that far.
I want to say it's like 45 minutes. I feel like that everyone's like, oh, it's like a 45-minute flight to Vegas. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like that. No, I know it's definitely close because, not to name drop, but our boy Brant.
He goes a lot.
He actually, he talks about it. So anytime he gets his dental work done, because he has veneers on some of his teeth, his dentist is in Vegas, and he will literally hop on a plane, go get dental work, and be back, and hop on a plane back.
It says it's from Colorado Springs to Vegas. It's an 11-hour and 47-minute drive. That seems too long.
Mountains. You got to factor in the mountains because you
Oh,
got to drive funky ways. Probably.
that makes sense.
I feel like that's got.
It doesn't look like it's like that far away.
It's not, but it's also incredible landmass when you go west. As you go west,
Yeah,
so states are bigger. Stuff.
that makes sense.
By the way, speaking of that, I just watched a very interesting video. I wish I knew this dude's name. I watched it on YouTube. It's about geography. He like split up he like showed the country, and there's like less than like 1% of the country lives in this little like canal basically area that literally starts basically right at the edge of where my town ends and like goes across to like midway through Kansas and all the way up and down basically the entire country. And it's like 20%, 22% of the country land mass, but only like 1% of the country lives in that belt.
Okay. So like looking at the map right now, I mean, that makes sense because like that's most of probably North Dakota and South Dakota, and there's nobody lives there anyway.
Yeah.
Nebraska, the same. Kansas, pretty much the same. You get into Texas, which is populated, but like there's not a major city really. You got Amarillo and Lubbock, but like that.
Yeah, and those are the two. Lubbock's I think the biggest city population wise in that strip. I think.
Because I'm sure that line stops before you get to San Antonio.
It has to be, for sure. I would assume so. It was a very interesting video. It was like a 20-minute video, very interesting video. And then he kind of explained a little bit why and stuff like that. But very cool though. I was like, that's so weird that like you think about it because like these people will talk about like overpopulation and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, like I mean, there's a whole big, massive chunks of land, and and that's just our country. I'm sure there's massive chunks of land in other countries that are like unpopulated or very sparsely populated.
Right. I wonder how the population is dispersed on each side of that canal. Like, I wonder, does the New York side have more, or does
he actually says LA? This. I believe it is 75% is on the eastern side of that, and then I think the rest is on the other side. So
that's what I would have guessed.
Yeah. So it's like basically the east of that point has about 3 times as many people as the west of that point.
So you have New York and Chicago, which are 2 of the top 3 most populated cities.
And then you have like Florida, Atlanta, or the entire state of Florida, Atlanta. You got like, I mean, a good chunk of like areas.
And your half still has pretty vacant states in like Wyoming and Montana and Idaho, and
then you got like some big cities like obviously like LA and stuff like that. But I mean, I think where that lands, like you would have the Dallases and all of that on the east side too. So
yes.
So pretty interesting how it like kind of fizzles out on the western side compared to the eastern side.
You do have Alaska though. There's not that there's a ton of people there, but that's a lot of land. I saw something on, I think it was TikTok the other day, that it's obviously the biggest landmass state, but you could fit like 4 or 5 Texases in there or something like that.
Yeah. Ooh, crazy. So you mentioned TikTok. I can't remember when the last time you sent me a TikTok video was. It was a little bit ago, but it was like a baseball TikTok or something like that. I think. I can't remember. You're checking right now to see.
I sure am.
Shit was funny. By the way, I don't really do TikTok. If anyone is listening, I don't really do the TikTok thing too often. I will watch a little bit, but Jems sends me links of like cool stuff. So Jems is basically my TikTok algorithm.
Not a bad one. Where the hell? Like, apparently it's been a minute. I didn't think it was that long.
I was gonna say
was it the video? No, that was just a Twitter.
You just sent me one like I want to say in the last like 3 weeks.
I thought so too, but I'm back in January. The last video I saw was either a bet or like our first baseman hitting. Here's a TikTok.
No, you
the one I found currently is Larry Johnson talking about the NFL being rigged.
You sent me one after that because I remember watching that one. Too. It was anyway. I think it was in the last like 3 weeks. You sent me one. I don't know if it disappeared, but funny story. So, I usually will throw them on because Jems is earlier time than me, so I'll usually throw them on while I'm like loading my truck or something like that at work.
Yeah,
you know, because I can just listen to them because the visuals are whatever to me sort of. In those cases, it's usually because you usually send me like interesting like history stuff, so that listening to them is where you get the bulk of the coolness. So I listened to it through, and then you know how TikTok just kind of kicks you to the next video, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like loading, I'm not looking at my phone at all, and I hear a voice, and I'm like, I know this voice. I'm like, this is weird. I know this voice, and so I was like, it was talking about some odd stuff that like I wouldn't normally probably put in my algorithm. So I'm like, there's no way that like it was odd, right? So I bring the load into the truck and I sit it down and I go to look at it, and the algorithm at this point has now decided that it's going to show me a video of an ex-girlfriend that I dated about 18 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Randomly.
That TikTok's wild.
Like, because the crazy part is, right? So I'm like, why would that even show? Because I'm like, I don't have her number in my phone. Because like,
I was gonna say that's what I would have guessed.
Like, yeah, that's what I was starting to think. I'm like, I don't have emails, none of that stuff. Like, there's no like connector point in my like electronics. We're not friends on any social media platforms. Wild.
Unless she has sought out your TikTok, but not that you like post anything or anything.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know, but I think the TikTok that I enter into is from our podcast, so I don't know if that would. And she would not have known me as Tone, like so.
Right. Maybe we should reach out to her and ask.
Just be like, hey.
We just have an ex-girlfriend episode.
It was just wild, right? So I'm like, this is so strange, right? So shout out to you if you somehow happen onto this. I hope you're doing well. I saw your one TikTok. It seems like you're fine, but just a random like ghost. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I was like, that's weird shit. So
yeah, that's
wild shit.
Especially like not looking either. Like your phone sitting in your seat and you hear, who is that?
She has a distinctive voice pattern that hasn't changed clearly since the time we dated. So yeah, I was like, that's wild, weird shit. Weird shit. She has a decent following too. From
really,
yeah. I mean, she had like videos had like, I think like, I was like, oh, weird. And I like clicked into the profile, and you know how like you can kind of scroll the videos. She had a ton of videos. I just like, I'm not watching any of these, but I was like, I didn't know if it was like a one-off or like whatever. But she had like, I think she had like it looked like she had like, I don't know, like 500 to like 1,500 views on videos. So I mean, she was getting decent views, I guess.
I would think if you posted like 3 to 5 videos every day, TikToks a day, you would get up to 1,000 followers pretty quickly, because you're getting a ton of, even if you're only getting like 300 views, it's not going to be the same 300 people every time.
That's true. Yeah.
And there's a lot of bots on TikTok, because I get like new followers every day, and there's a lot of bots.
That makes sense. You're on TikTok all the time though.
Well, most of the time I'm on YouTube now, because I'm looking up stuff to make myself a better coach, or mostly coach.
That's where you learn stuff. That's right.
It is. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's where I would learn things. That's where I've learned a bunch of things.
Yeah, YouTube's awesome.
Yeah, I do. I love YouTube. It's amazing. Like the difference of like life before and life after. Like I always tell my kids, I'm like, dude, if I was wanting to do anything in life and I was your age, I was like, I would literally make YouTube my college. Like, you can just learn so much from it.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, it's like anything you want. You can like, I'm like, you know what I've never made before? This is a great example. I actually asked my brother, bought some today. he bought some shortbread cookies because he likes shortbread. And
Girl Scout cookies?
No, like Walker's shortbread.
Yeah.
But like they weren't Walkers, they were like little round ones or whatever, and they were really good. So he gave me one. His wife had one or whatever. They're pretty good. I'm tired of shit. But like just in my brain, I was like, I wonder how hard it is to make shortbread cookies. And like the first thing I thought was, let me go to YouTube. So
my wife has a friend who's since, let's say, me and Taylor have been together like 9 years. I think this might be our 10th year. But so like since I've known her, she's told me her friend Megan has fixed her car on YouTube.
I bet, dude.
Forever. Like stuff happens, you can just fix it on YouTube.
I believe it. So I actually, anytime I have anything go wrong with my car, like tail light, you can look up a specific car model and be like, how do I change the headlight on it? And someone will be like, this is how you do it the right way. This is how you do it the easy way. You're like,
yes.
I'm always picking the easy way.
Right.
It just fucking needs to get fixed. It don't have to look good. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. So that's I mean, social media, man. Fucking.
This is kind of off topic, but
that's the name of our podcast, Jems.
Right? It's off the rails. I think I'm gonna be a full-time mustache guy now. I think I'm gonna keep it all year round. I cut it off.
Looks dope. Like, I mean, I can't pull it off.
I couldn't for the longest time until we watched Ted Lasso, and I let it get like I just pushed it past like the chomo part.
Yeah.
And just let it go, and now it's looking pretty good. It looks a little off, but I think that's because my mouth's a little off.
No, I think it looks good, dude. I think it looks dope.
I just hate the maintaining of it, but
yeah,
I think it's just here now.
I think my brother shaved like a goatee today, like he has like the beginnings of a goatee, and I was like, whoa, that's weird. Like,
if I could grow right here, I would bring it down a little bit.
Yeah,
like the Fu Manchu kind of.
Just fucking let the like this part just like get a little long too. Like,
well, I can't have anything on my chin line because of the fire department. So this is what I got to work with. So I could come to like here. That's what my father-in-law is.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Is your father-in-law a fireman?
Yeah, for like 40 years. So his goes like to right here.
Shit.
He actually just got honored by like Waste Management, and Notre Dame made a video about him.
Oh, for real?
Released today. Yeah. Just talking about how he is really good at his job, basically.
That's dope. Those are the best videos.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk to you about how you're great at what you do. And you're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, some of it I believe they told him what to say, because I was like,
Is it scripted?
I don't know if all of it was
like the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So Arian Foster said, I think he said that on macrodosing, that the NFL is scripted.
Yeah.
Do you think he was just confused because each coach has a game script each week, and he's like, we went over the script every week? But like a lot of coaches will have like 10 plays that they're going to run at the beginning of the game, no matter what.
No, so I had so we actually talked to the guys about this, and they talked about it on the show too. We believe he was being sarcastic, like playing into it. Like,
it'd be perfect if he was, because it was taken off.
The thing that makes it hard with Arian Foster is he said some stupid weird shit. Not like other NFL players stupid shit, like,
right.
But like one time he said he could take a bear or take like a wolf or something like that.
It was his fist fight some big animal.
Yeah. It was like it was so big that like I remember like listening to an episode of Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was talking about it. Like, he's like,
I started watching, and this is like a month ago now, the Rogan episode that had Dave Portnoy on it.
Yeah. And
I never finished it. I still probably have 2 hours to go, but I'm a third of the way through because it's a long one.
It was a pretty decent one. I listened to the whole thing. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I've been listening to a little bit more Rogan lately. On days where like I don't do a heavy ton of editing, because I like to just throw it in and not have to like even worry about switching it. Like, it's just the thing that irritates me the most, and I know it's not his fault, but from an editing perspective, wherever they're placing the ad placements is so goddamn terrible.
Do they do it in the middle of like a sentence?
Yeah, it'll be like, and then this one time I was like, this episode of Joe Rogan's brought to you by Athletic Greens, and you're like, what the fuck? Who decided that was the spot to fucking put that? Like, I don't know who places the ads or whatever,
Right.
but Spotify, Joe Rogan, whoever the fuck it is, get that shit right because it's fucking wild, bro.
The most of the time when I listen to him, it's not listen, that's a watch. I like watching it. Like that's why I liked him when he was on YouTube, but you can watch it on Spotify.
Yeah. I usually listen to it just because I'm usually on the go, so I enjoy it. And I enjoy some of the perspective. Honestly, like so pretty interesting, like because I literally got like somebody hated on me for listening to Joe Rogan this week. Like I had my earbuds in and then they were like, oh, what are you listening to? I was like, Joe Rogan podcast. And they were like, oh, he's like a racist and he's a bigot. And like I was like, the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And then they like were like, I can't believe you listened to that. And I'm like, first off, like I can listen to somebody that I don't fully agree with.
Right.
Because that's what makes the world a better place, is listening to other people's perspectives.
Yes.
Whether you end up agreeing or disagreeing with whatever they say, that's what makes it better. Like and there are things that where like honestly I love hearing him talk about like inside baseball of comedy. Like I feel like like you know his perspective on certain things is interesting. It's not like necessarily like the conversations I have daily. So I'm like interesting to like hear different people like talk about different things. So like I'll listen to it. It doesn't mean I'm like a Joe, like I'm not worshiping at the church of Joe Rogan.
Right.
But like
which is a thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, but like at the same time, it's like simply listening to somebody shouldn't make you like attached to that thing. Like I'm not like it's just which was it was the perspective I was trying to explain to the person who was like giving me like attitude about it. I was like, listen, I was like, I can listen to a bunch of stuff. Like honestly, like there's stuff in like Dave Portnoy's past that I'm like, I would definitely not be like, yeah, I condone that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, also it's like listening to somebody's perspective, it'd be hard to say that Dave Portnoy is not a good businessman. Clearly he's, you know, made a big business out of
he's
something.
Done well.
You know what I'm saying? So there's ways to like left and right and all, and non-political and political. Like Elon Musk, super smart dude. You hear him talk, sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, dude. Like
it's because he's an alien.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but so it's just interesting because like I don't know when we lost this like perception of like listening, or especially in the day and age of podcasts. I'm like, why? Like when people are listening more than ever, like radio used to be, with so many different channels and so many different like inputs and so many different ways to find things. It's very interesting when people are so like put in a box. Like I'm like, you have so much access, kind of going back to like the YouTube thing, you have so much access to the whole world that it's weird when people get so painted themselves into one little box, like, and can't accept that sometimes like you're gonna have this opinion, you're gonna have this opinion, this opinion, this opinion, this opinion. You're gonna have 10 people with a slightly different input into the same thing, and it doesn't mean any one of them's fully right or fully wrong, but like there might be people who have good inputs here and inputs here, and like you can take them all together and make your own thought process out of it. But it feels like people are just so pigeonholed in their own little like thought bubbles.
And that's what I love about our anomalies group chat. Like I know it's not as active as it used to be, but like I don't even know how many people are in it.
I think
there's like 6 or 8 maybe.
I think there's like 9, I think, the last time I checked. Yeah.
And but there's a lot of different opinions in there, but we're all like respectful about things. Like nothing ever gets like I'm going to Tanner's wedding in 2 weeks, and
I wanted to go, by the way. I'm officially not going. Tanner, I apologize. I did tell you that via text, but I'm
sure Tanner and I don't agree on everything, and we can be internet friends and then go to a wedding, which Taylor and I are super jacked up about because we have a weekend to ourselves.
I wanted to come so bad. I even like at one point I was like, ooh, I think I was like, maybe I can swing getting that day off. Maybe I'll just fly in, fly out. But I like couldn't make it work. I was like, fucking tried, but it sucks.
Yeah, Taylor's like, is anybody else going? I said, I don't care.
Oh, I bet you a bunch of dudes are going.
Yeah,
I don't know who, but
I got a lot of maybes when I asked some of the other guys, but it'll be it's gonna be fun.
I wanted to go, but like I said, I couldn't make it. But
And it's actually in the town my aunt used to live in. So
Oh,
just
for real?
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, I've been up there a couple times.
Oh yeah, that's fucking dope.
Where my dad grew up isn't very far from there, probably within half an hour, 40 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. Love Tanner, by the way. Tanner, former guest on this podcast. One of my favorite episodes, actually. We had an interesting conversation.
Big energy drink review guy.
Big energy drink review guy.
He does them on TikTok and Snapchat, where he posts them every day. He does a different 0 calorie, 0 sugar. I don't know if they're all 0 calorie, but 0 sugar, low calorie energy drinks, and does a review in a very Tanner way. So it's pretty funny.
That's
like
funny.
I think they'll eventually actually take off for him and like
be big.
It's Tanner in his truck driving, which he probably shouldn't be driving while he's doing a review, but I'm assuming his phone's in a pop socket up on the vent.
Definitely, Tanner is a known big safety guy.
But they're good. Like, people send him in suggestions. He did White Monster the other day. He goes, obviously this one's great. This is the GOAT of non-sugar energy drinks. He's like, I used to probably drink 1,000 of these, and that used to be my go-to too. Yeah, I barely do now. If I drink energy drinks, it's usually I know we had rain last episode.
By the way, I tried this sherbet one. Legit. Yeah. It's legit. Yeah. It's good.
My favorites are probably the Celsius, and that's strange because I hate LaCroix, and Celsius is basically like a seltzer
energy LaCroix,
but it's really freaking good.
Yeah, Celsius makes some good ones. By the way, Celsius might not make it. They owe Flow Rida a lot of money.
I just saw that. And like there's a class action lawsuit where you can get up to like $250 from them if you bought a can of Celsius between like 2015 and 2022 of November, I think.
Oh, definitely. Probably definitely owed.
Yeah, but you got to have the receipts.
Oh, fuck. Who keeps the receipts? Fucking no one.
Because they advertised no preservatives.
And there's preservatives.
Citric acid, I guess, is a preservative, but they said they don't use it as a preservative, but they still settled.
Ah, dude, by the way, speaking of this is the fucking best. This is the thing I love about this show. This show literally seamlessly somehow goes from in swing, even though it's fucking so off the rails. I listened to an episode of a podcast yesterday, which is fucking the funniest shit ever. Do you remember the Pepsi era where like people were like almost like you would get like Pepsi points and you could redeem them and stuff?
Sometimes they'd have words under the cap and you had to like go Pepsi. And
like, stuff like that. Yeah. So there's this podcast called Things I Learned Last Night. I'll listen to it. I usually don't listen to it regularly, but like what I'll do is like I won't listen to it for like 3 months. And then like I'll like go on there and then it'll be like there'll be like 3 or 4 episodes that are I'm like, oh, that's cool. And basically what it is it's a dude who like learned stuff and then he tells the other guy about it, and the other guy's a comedian, Jaron Myers. And so they were talking about this Pepsi plane, and basically they made a commercial, right, where they had a kid who was like basically like he wakes up, he puts on his Pepsi shirt, puts on his Pepsi hat, he rides a Pepsi skateboard through his house, he drinks Pepsi for breakfast, fucking all the shit, right? He's late for school, so he gets in a Pepsi jet and flies to school. But the whole time, basically, like the everything he like puts on, so he puts on the hat and it's like 10 Pepsi points. He puts on the shirt, it's like 20 Pepsi points, like right. And then he gets in the jet, and it says like 7 million Pepsi points or whatever, right? Well, they put no disclaimer on the episode on the commercial. So this dude then basically like was like, I'm gonna get 7 million Pepsi points and they owe me a fucking jet, right? So it was the whole episode about this thing, but it was all basically about how like that's like why people like are putting UC disclaimers so much.
I almost watched that documentary because there's a Netflix documentary on that, and I almost watched it the other day, and I wish I would have because that would have obviously been perfect.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't know there was one on Netflix. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, it was in like trending or something the other day. It's called, I believe it's called Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
Oh, fucking for real? There's a fucking, it's about that exact thing. I thought you were talking about it's about disclaimers.
No.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, fucking, I guess I will watch this then. That's dope.
I'll look it up. I just saw it the other day when I was scrolling for stuff, but I don't know what I was in the mood for. What did I end up watching? Hilarious. A Mark Wahlberg movie I watched.
That's funny shit. That's crazy. I didn't know they had a documentary about it. I guess I did. I think they might have mentioned it in the episode that I listened to that there was a documentary, but I guess I just didn't realize it was.
It's a mini-series, 4 episodes. The true story of a savvy 20-year-old, one of the biggest corporations in the United States, 7 million sweepstakes points in an actual military fighter jet.
Yeah. It's wild. It's very interesting. But I do like this podcast because basically it's like it breaks down stuff like that. It's like kind of interesting. So, yeah.
What podcast? Oh, I've been listening. So I went a long time without really listening to too many podcasts. And we went to that coaches clinic down in Indy. And one of the speakers, his name was Jeremy Sheetinger. He's the head baseball coach at Georgia Gwinnett in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. But he was like pretty electric talking. He was a very good presenter and stuff. And he said he had a podcast. So I checked it out. It is awesome. It's called Dugout Chatter. And
sweet.
A lot of the stuff he does is like mental based positivity, stuff like that. And it's really good. Like he, the one released today, he had a former UCLA softball coach.
Oh shit!
Retired for a while, but she was there for like 35 years, and now she's
awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. You would probably actually really enjoy it.
Check it. Baseball. You said Dugout Chatter.
Yeah.
So everyone go check out Dugout Chatter. I'm sure Jems is going to reach out to this guy. We might get him on the podcast.
Yeah, I will at some point. I'm probably maybe after the season because he's got the podcast and baseball season has started. Because I've talked to him on Twitter.
Oh, sweet.
I've asked him he was in the food court during lunch, and I went over and I was talking to him. I was like, "Can I get your slides?" He's like, "Yeah, just email me or shoot me a DM on Twitter." So I just DM'd him on Twitter.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah,
pretty quick. So
let's get him on the podcast. Big baseball podcast over here.
The next day after he left Indy, he was going to do another clinic in, I think it was in North Carolina or South Carolina, but one of the other speakers there was Tyler Gillum.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm assuming they probably know each other.
Yeah, we can get Tyler to put a good word in for us.
Yeah.
That's dope. Dude, I mean, honestly, like, it's cool shit, though. Like, I mean, like, I'm excited about, like, getting guests back on and stuff, but obviously we got to get through this string of crazy shit that's about to happen.
Right. So. Well, I was going to say next week's going to be tricky to record, probably.
Maybe
you can record from the FanDuel set.
Probably can't record from the FanDuel set.
Hey guys, can you guys scoot over? I got a podcast to record.
But I might be able to record from my hotel room, depending on if the night I get back early enough.
Maybe you can snag some sweet ass guests.
Maybe. Like, hey guys, I got a podcast that I got to do. It's fucking just Barry Sanders podcast. He's like, he has no fucking clue.
You could create a podcast. Just get a clip with like a bunch of different people and just crop them together. Like, this is our podcast episode. It's Tone saying hi to 800 NFL players.
I think that's what we're doing, basically, live. Like, essentially. Like, I mean, because it's like, I think we got people for like 15-minute windows, maybe.
Well, I remember watching Pat last year, and it was just like they were on set, and people would just stroll by, and they're like, "Hey, Travis Kelce, come here."
Yeah. By the way, somebody told me I looked like a Kelce the other day, and I was like trying to figure out. I was like, definitely, I'm like the missing link between Travis and Jason, maybe.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like fucking, I don't know why I had my hat like all fucking stupid the other, like dumb or some shit like that.
Like with your hat like that, dumb like that, that looks like Travis.
Yeah,
the beard and stuff is more.
And then I just make my hair all fucked up, and then like this is Jason.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm Jason Kelce. What's up, guys? I'm gonna be the center at the Super Bowl. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. I think I'm close. I think I'm good. I think I got that one down. All right, now find one with with Travis Kelce with his hat like this, and then I'll be both Kelce's.
You listen to their podcast? Because I've seen clips. Really good.
Oh. Yes, thank you for interrupting my podcast. I'm on air. Do you not see the on air sign? This is unacceptable. Get out. Yes, I'm talking. By the way, I don't actually talk to my kids that way. That was just for shits and giggles. I do have an on air sign though, just in case anyone was wondering.
Do you really have an on air sign?
I do. Let's see if
Is
I
that
can.
more for your like job podcast?
Look.
That's so. Is it on?
No, I didn't turn it on yet. So, by the way, I don't actually talk to my kids that way. That was funny as shit, though.
I cannot find Travis Kelce in a hat.
Damn it, Travis Kelce. Whoa,
there's lots of him in a helmet, surprisingly.
Ah, shit. I have to look at one. I have to find Travis. If I shave my head down very low, I could probably pull it off.
Yeah, if you get it like faded and lined up real nice.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Rashad. He does my hair, and he does a great job.
I just got my first haircut since before I went to Nashville this past week. Yeah, it was getting long. It was super long in the front, like here to like halfway down my nose.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We should put up a Twitter poll. Which Kelce brother do I look like more like?
I think it's a good idea. You just have to take a picture, find the right screenshot.
So you just asked me if I listen to podcasts. I do listen to podcasts. I actually listened to their podcast last night that they released about Championship Sunday and stuff.
Yeah.
And them got in Super Bowl. So, and Kelce was wearing a hat in that one. But he had it forward. So it was like, if I had some fucking earrings, my ears are pierced too. I could probably pull it off. I might be the lost Kelce brother.
You should just get like a random team's jersey. It doesn't have to be the Lions or something. And I think is Jason 63? Is that his number? And
62, 62, I think. Yeah. Which is, dude, I hate this phone. I hate the fact that I don't have my phone. It's killing me.
And then just pick like the number between them. Yeah, he's 62 and 87. So that's 25 numbers between them. So you'd have to be like 65 or 75 or something would be your number.
Well, you'd be the 13th number because there's 12 on each side. So the 13th number would be dead in the center.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm good at math. Big math guy.
I think I had the right number, though.
62 plus 13, so 75, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Look at you,
and then from 75, there's only 12, 76, 77 to 87. Right?
Yeah, so 13 would be 13 from 62. Be 70, and then you add 3, that's 75.
Right? And from 75 to 87 is only 12.
Hold on. Are we fucking something up here?
Well, there's a 25 number gap, so if you figure, I see how your theory on it is, so it'd be the middle.
So wouldn't the 13th number be the 1?
64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75 is 12. So 76.
So 70.
But then that's only 11. So if it's 76, I don't think there's a good way to do this.
There's got to be a number in between, though, because one's an odd, one's an even, which means there's got to be an odd amount of numbers between, right?
Yeah, it's got to be 75, right?
Is this a magic trick where we're fucking up drastically?
69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75 is 12. So it's 12, 12. This is a 13 number. We were right. We just overthought it.
Okay.
60. Oh, fuck. No, I did it from 63, not 62.
So, okay. I'm getting a piece of paper. We're figuring this fucking shit out. All right.
This will be our send-off for the night.
This probably will be our send-off.
Tone's going to get a number 70, somewhere between 74 and 76 Kelce jersey.
This is me becoming a Kelce.
The Seahawks or something.
So 62 and 87. Okay. So I'll do it this way. I'm going to take one from each letter. So you got 63, 86, 64, 85, 65, 84, 66, 83, 67, 82, 68, 81, 69, 69, 80.
Nice.
So, okay, so we got 69, we got 80, and then, so we got 70, 79, 71, 78, 72, 77, 73, 76. Oh shit, there's an even amount in between them because then that'd be 74 and 75.
So 70.
There's only 20 so there's only 24 numbers in between?
Apparently.
I feel like I'm drunk.
Math's weird, and I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. And
I have them all right now. I'll just count them all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's 26. I am drunk. What the fuck are we doing?
Including that you included.
Sorry, I doubled up to them, so it's 24. There's 24 because I moved the numbers up.
Isn't that weird though? Because 87 minus 62 is 25.
Yeah.
Is this a conversation we need to have at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon rather than 10 o'clock at night?
Fucking drunk right now, Jems.
Somebody's gonna listen to this and be like, "You guys claim you're good at math, but you're idiots."
Fucking, I might be dumb. Because so if you take 62 away from 87, you have 25. So even if you were not counting their numbers, it would still be 23 numbers, right?
I don't know, but I have a solution. You just get number 25 jersey.
Maybe. That's wild. Oh, just take it away? I see. It's apparently wrong too, so who the fuck knows? Oh shit, I just hit something on my screen. That was crazy. That's wild. I'd be like the lost Kelce boy there.
Yeah.
Like
you'd have to name yourself Peter then. You're like the lost boy.
What would be my first Kelce name? Because you got Jason and Travis.
I like Peter. You're the lost boy. You're like Peter Pan.
Peter? I'd just be Peter. I'll be like the crazy thing is I think I'm
Kelce.
By the way, I think legitimately, which is kind of sad, I think I'm older than both of them.
I would assume so. Not that you're old.
No, I fucking am. I'm old. I'm
Jason
definitely
Kelce, he's older, right?
Jason's got to be the older one for
sure.
He
looks older. But Travis is like 32, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's played 10 years in the league, I think, or something like
that. 87. So Jason Kelce is 3 years older than I am.
He's 3 years younger. He's 3 years younger than me, which is fucking crazy. Because he looks like he might be my age, but I can be the oldest Kelce brother.
Yeah, you're the older, wiser brother.
Yeah. What if they have an older, wiser brother? I feel like we would have heard about the other Kelce by now, right?
You would think so. He'd be like Cooper Manning.
It's definitely true. Cooper Manning would be he'd be like the next one.
But I mean, he's supposedly
he was supposedly the better one. Yeah. See, I'm the better Kelce that didn't make the NFL.
But you chose the baseball route.
I did.
You're like the random Gronkowski brother that played professional baseball. That'd
be dope too, kind of. I mean, what's the? I totally just spaced. I was trying to find a picture, and then we could send this off. Hold on. New Heights. By the way, New Heights, great episode. By the way, just a heads up. Great show. But here's like him looking straight into the camera. Dude, there's too many ads on YouTube. By the way, but that's neither here nor there.
You should get free YouTube, whatever it is, the one without ads, ad-free YouTube. If you have like a or if you have a page with over like 1,000 followers or something. Not that we have that, but like, I mean, you could.
We will. Yeah. I mean, let's get this a little closer. But I mean, I feel like that's a potential. The potential growth.
His beard is more short and like.
Yeah, I'm a little not shaved up.
You have a Jason beard.
That's why I'm like in between, because like then Jason on here's looking a little. Let's see if I can find a full one of Jason.
Slightly disheveled,
and then Jason's got like the crazy hair, like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I think I could make this work, though. I think I'm just gonna claim to be a lost Kelce.
There you go. Do that at the Super Bowl. You need this jersey before you go.
I'm gonna be like Tone Kelce. Is the producer of the Man to Man Pod.
Anthony Kelce.
Is it Kels? Did he just fucking pronounce that some different way too? Fuck.
Who?
I should probably. I think at one point, I think Travis said that on New Heights.
That it was
I
Kels?
think they pronounce it Kels. I should probably know since I'm the lost one, but
right.
You
would set the standard on how to pronounce it.
Yeah, definitely.
But this has been a great episode.
This has been.
We're 50 minutes in. That's pretty good.
The episode title of this is definitely The Lost Kelce. So, I'm the Lost Kelce.
Perfect.
And our show's going to go to new heights.
Oh, I like it. Next episode will be Tones at the Super Bowl.
That is. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all. We'll have to do it. Tones at the Super Bowl. We'll make time. Even if it's a 20-minute episode, we'll make something happen.
Even if you just like sneak away during like the man-to-man pod and hide in the bathroom, we'll do it.
I'll just walk around and just like
hear somebody knock on the door, be like, "Hey, it's Dion. Let me in."
I'll be like, "Let me go to Colorado." Oh wait, that's where.
Okay, Prime.
Okay, Brian. That's crazy. I almost took the girls to a basketball game at Colorado, and I was like, I wonder Dion would be there.
Probably.
But
I feel like he would be active on campus sporting other sports initially.
I bet. I love Dion. Dion's the best. But anyway, Jems, any parting shots?
I don't think so.
Since this will come out next week, and our episode where I'm at the Super Bowl won't come out until after the Super Bowl. Who you got winning the Super Bowl? That's how I'll end this. Which one of my brothers is winning the Super Bowl again?
I think it benefits me more if Jason wins.
Okay.
It's just hard. Like the Kansas City offense, other than Kelce and obviously Mahomes, like the wide receivers are not great. And Mecole Hardman's hurt and probably not playing.
Marcus Valdes-Scantling played pretty well.
Yeah, if he catches the ball, he's really good.
Juju Smith-Schuster's pretty decent.
Yeah, he's not consistent. I don't know, but it's hard to bet against.
Decent.
Pacheco is pretty good too.
He's a rookie too, isn't he?
Yeah, and Jerick McKinnon just catches touchdown passes.
That's true.
I honestly don't necessarily care who wins because I just want my Super Bowl numbers to bet, but I do have a future on the Eagles that me and my buddy put on. So if the Eagles win, I'm going to win some more money. So let's say Eagles.
What's the score? What score you got?
The Super Bowl always ends up with weird scores, but for some reason I'm thinking it's going to be like 27-24.
And who's your Super Bowl MVP?
The obvious answer is Jalen Hurts. Hassan Reddick.
Has a defensive player ever won the fucking Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah, when Von Miller won it one year.
Oh, that's right. Dude, okay, hold on.
Defensive player for the Bucks won it. Tracy something or other.
Dexter Jackson.
I think the Saints had a guy. That might be the Tracy I'm thinking of.
Tracy Porter?
Maybe.
Tracy Porter is the one who picked off Peyton Manning and took it to the house. Sorry, AB, if you're listening to this. I know that's a hard one for you.
But I think if he does what he did in that championship game where he's just like sacking everybody, I think he'll be
so
guy. Sack, fumble, touchdown return.
While I'm thinking of it, I'm looking up the FanDuel odds for him to win.
I want to think it's like I looked it up recently. It was in the 5 digits, I believe.
It's gotta be, dude. Defense is a tough one. I think it's happened, but I'm like, you have to be like a baller, and it have to be low scoring.
Yes.
Or the defense would have to like be 2 of those scores.
Did James Harrison win it that year? He had like that 98-yard touchdown return.
No, I think Big Ben won it. Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe Santonio Holmes won it with a catch.
Hassan Reddick's only plus 3,400.
That's it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's above both Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco.
Wow. Holy smokes. That's crazy. All right. So I'm going to. So you said 27-24 Eagles. Hassan Reddick winning the MVP.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 34-28 Chiefs. Travis Kelce, my brother, winning the Super Bowl MVP.
You had to. That makes sense.
Had to.
All right.
He's gonna catch 3 touchdowns.
He might.
I mean, I might 3 touchdown bet that.
Yeah, that's another good one.
I wonder what the odds on that are.
I should still have it up. It shouldn't take too long. This is the last thing we'll look up, and then we'll probably both, or at least I'm going to bed.
I'm just gonna keep talking to myself. Scoring props. Is there not a 3 touchdown?
There should be.
Is it single? Oh, same game parlay maybe. Where the?
Yeah, it's
player props. No, that's
to score 3+ touchdowns. Travis Kelce plus 2,300.
Plus 2,300. What if I put $15 on that? How much do I win?
345.
Ooh, I might bet that. I wonder if I could parlay that with a Super Bowl MVP.
Or you could go for the other tight end in the game.
Yeah.
And that would get you $15. Would get you $1,650.
God damn, that's crazy. That'd be nuts. But
even better,
the
parlay
defense
them together for $15.
Oh Jesus!
So basically, every Super Bowl touchdown this year is a tight end. You would make $11,745.
That doesn't seem high enough for that.
Doesn't.
Like 2 dudes to catch 3 touchdowns. Come on. That should be like easy trip, like 6-figure.
Right. You put $1 on it to win 600,000.
But thanks everybody for tuning in to Tone, Kelce, and Jems. It's been a pretty awesome episode. So go rate, review, subscribe. Follow us on Off the Rails _pod social media. Subscribe to the YouTube. Rate us on Apple, Spotify, all that stuff. And we will see you guys next time to not see who won because we will record before the Super Bowl, but I will be at the Super Bowl. So we will get a sweet recording from it.
He's going to see if he can steal the script to the Super Bowl so he can make a bunch of money.
Steal the script.
I shouldn't even joke about that.
Probably not.
Do a background check. I might maybe cut that part out.
Nah, keep it in. Because it's clearly a joke. The NFL's not rigged. Come on, guys.
Clearly.
What are we talking about? It's drunk. You guys are drunk. Like, it's just dumb. By the way, if I did know, you will never see another podcast from us again because I will be rich.
I won't make it home from the Super Bowl.
No. So, thanks everybody for listening, and we will catch you next time. Jems, any parting shots?
Have fun at the Super Bowl. I'm exceptionally jealous.
Well, have fun at Tanner's wedding. I'm also exceptionally jealous.
I will.
All right. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Boom.
Welcome